On today's episode of DAPA.DANIEL, driving tour today from Denton down to Dallas. This said that it was gonna take roughly about 45 minutes. It's about 43 miles away from this point. I also just saw my first Bucky billboard. All right, so this is what the express lane looks like. So what you're seeing above us, the cluster of overpasses is 121. On the right is the exit for 635. We're still on the express lane. I mean, we're just cruising for a bruising right now. All right, and 3, 2, 1. There you go, guys. There is Dallas. So that makes sense. All right, we're doing the damn thing today, guys. We're going 35 east. I'm gonna be doing a 35 west video, but I'm gonna do a 35 east driving tour today from Denton down to Dallas. Maybe you clicked on this video because you wanna see what this commute is like. Maybe you're living in Corinth, Lake Dallas, Denton, Argyle, Highland Village, Louisville, Flower Mound, Carrollton, Coppell, any of those cities. You're gonna be using this highway system. Sorry, there's like a bunch of police stuff going on over here and the cars are driving slow. I'll get on the entrance ramp here. 380 highway is just behind us, so we're over here in Denton right off that intersection of 35 and 380. So if we got on 380, you know, that could take it, that's like that normal 380 system that I always talk about in my videos. But today we're on the far west side, and then we're gonna take this all the way down into Dallas. This said that it was gonna take roughly about 45 minutes. It's about 43 miles away from this point. So just know that if you are gonna be living anywhere more south from here, it should take you less than 45 minutes. Now I have seen the time be more, just because of accidents and traffic and things like that. And depending on what time you travel in the mornings, there's an expressway that can take you all the way down into Dallas really fast, but it is a little pricey. It's a toll system essentially, where you hop on that and it's 2 lanes. I'll show you what that looks like. Maybe I'll get on that just to travel a little bit quicker and not be around all like the semis. That's the other thing about 35 is that there's just a ton of semis that drive down this road. I finally feel safe driving around because I have blind spot detection, so I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. When I was driving in the Z, I was like, nah, I don't think I'm ready. There's like blind spots everywhere in that car, but this car just feels so much more safe. So I was like, why not do 35 now? I still got to work up to 635. 635 is another beast of a highway system that I want to do. Also, guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am a realtor, so if you are thinking about buying in any of these locations that we kind of drive through today, some of these areas, just let me know. I got my contact information down below. Up here is where the exit for Argyle is. Also, Argyle, you can kind of do like this U-turn, like you go all the way up. The other thing I forgot to mention on while I was just blabbing about nothing was we just passed through University of North Texas. So if you saw like the stadium and that thing, we kind of went under a bridge, and we did actually go on, that did happen. We did go under a bridge, but right there was the University of North Texas. And then if you take 380 down just a little bit, you run into TWU. So UNT and TWU are kind of based right in that area. So there's a whole bunch of college stuff going on in that area, a bunch of apartments. It's turning into more of a development around there on the intersection of 35 and 380 because they've been building some like restaurants. There's anything from like fast food chains to like nicer restaurants, and then they have like commercial shopping and nicer hotels that are getting built within there. I also just saw my first Bucky billboard. Oh, here's our second Bucky billboard. So Bucky's, we're also going to be coming up on that here shortly. But yeah, like I was saying about Argyle's kind of on this like further side and out towards North Lake, where you're going to be on 35 west sometimes to go into, well, not sometimes, that's really if you're going into Fort Worth. And then if you live in Argyle, you're either cutting across like cross timbers or something and then going down to 35, or you're taking 35 west north, doing like a little U-turn and then coming back down onto 35. I've seen people kind of do it both ways, just depending on the time of day or the traffic. I do believe the expressway system is coming up, so we'll hop on that. And then over to the right is where the Buc-ee's is. I'm not going to stop today. I'm not gonna stop today. We're saving money. We have a car payment now, Daniel. You can't be eating out. You can't just be getting brisket sandwiches whenever you want now. You have a little bit more responsibility. That's the other thing. If you are content in life and you feel like you're in your comfort zone and you need to get out of your comfort zone, get a car payment. Or have a kid. I think that'll like light a little fire under yourself to be like, oh dude, I gotta make some money. I gotta make some more money. I got some more bills now. All right, so Denton over on the right. Denton's Buc-ee's over on the right. And then you got Medical City, Louisville over on the left side. We'll be coming over the Lake Louisville, the Denton 35 bridge. This is also where Sneaky Pete's is. That is the, not pizza. That almost sounds like pizza. I don't know. Sneaky Pete's. That's the harbor in the area, the like restaurants. You can store your boat. It's a little park, a little area for people to go hang out around during the summertime. Winter, not so much, because like no one's really at the lake during the winter, but people go out there for fishing during this time. It's just not as like party driven, not as many party boats out there due to the weather. This area of 35 now that we're getting into like Corinth is a lot of car dealerships. And speaking of car dealerships, the CarMax on the right is where I actually bought this car. So, and I don't see my, I don't want to look. I don't want to look to see if my car's out there. It's gonna hurt my heart. I was driving up to set up the GoPro and where I started this video today, and I saw a black 370Z, and I was like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." You know that song? Like one of those things. Yeah, it was bittersweet, but I can't complain. We're in a nice little car today. All right, now we're coming up on Swisher. Swisher would be the road that takes you over the big toll bridge that takes you into El Dorado, takes you into Little Elm, out towards Frisco. So if you're living in Frisco, so if like, let's say you're coming from Oklahoma and you're driving down here and then you're gonna get over to Frisco, some people take 380, which once you get to that intersection, because you take 35 down from Oklahoma, and then you can kind of cut over 380. Also, some people will just take this road all the way down and take Swisher, that exit, and that'll take you over the Lake Louisville big toll bridge over there. Let's see, we're passing by a Harley Davidson right now. There's not going to be too many neighborhoods. I mean, most of this stuff is going to just be commercial buildings. There's going to be some apartment complexes here and there, but not a ton of like master plan communities. So I won't be talking too much about like neighborhoods and communities on this drive. Is just going to be like strictly just showing you guys what to expect on the drive and what it kind of looks like. I will say driving on 35 does get crazy at times. Just keep up with traffic. There's not really, they do have like some shoulders where you can kind of like wade off on, but like as you can see right here, this left side, like sometimes it just gets messed up on 35 with traffic because cars break down or they get in a wreck and there's no way for them to really get over. That's the same thing with like the Dallas North Tollway. If you notice the Dallas North Tollway on the very north side up by Frisco, it's like 4 lanes, big shoulder roads. You know, you can get over in case something happens with your car. And then you get further down into Dallas and it starts getting really tight once you get around Highland Park and University Park. On here, it shows that it would be 87 cents to travel by toll tag. And then this would be your entrance. So we got to the entrance of like Lake Dallas Drive. So yeah, now we're getting into Lake Dallas. So Lake Dallas Drive is where this comes up. And on the left side, you'll see the entrance to it. Oh, they have it closed down with just this one car. That's interesting. Usually they don't do that. Usually there's like big red gates that are like popped out. That's kind of, I've never seen that. The only time I ever see that is when they're servicing it, the expressway, the express lanes, or there's an accident. So I don't really know what's going on there. But just know there's the 2-lane here. You can take that all the way down into Dallas. Or maybe it was just closed there. Oh, it looks like it's open up here. All right, we might hop on. Show you guys the express lane. All right, now we're going over, we're by Highland Village. We're about to be coming into Louisville. We're now going over Lake Louisville, this area. And then the DART train is also going to be coming up here as well. So if you are thinking about maybe you're going to be taking the DART and living off one of the 35 DART trains, this is where it starts around here. All right, this shows that it's open. All right, let's go, Jeep. Let's do it. I wasn't too sure, but then I saw the Jeep get over without using his blinker, and I'm like, he's confident. All right, so this is what the express lane looks like. You can drive however fast you, no, it's not like the Autobahn. You still have to, I think it's like capped at 75. It's like 70 on the highway, and then on the express lane, it's like 75. But, you know, people go a little bit quicker. I'm looking over to the left now. You can see kind of the skyline of Frisco just in the distance. My camera's not really pointed that way, but when you're kind of driving over this, you can kind of see the skyline, and then you can have a pretty good view over what Lake Louisville looks like, and see all the way out towards the other cities, the Colony, and those other areas. Really good. Wow, you actually can see quite a bit. All right, and then also Sneaky Pete's up on this left side. That's the harbor. That's where you can store maybe boat storage if you like the lake, want to be around that. You can't do like a wet storage there. All right, passing through Highland Village now. We'll be coming up on Lake Louisville. We'll also be coming up on George Bush. So if you're one to be, maybe you're having to commute into the DFW airport. The DFW airport, your exit's going to be coming up here soon. That would be George Bush. That's going to be out towards the right. So once we come up here, I'll point that out for you guys. All right, so you see these arrows here, they kind of give you a direction on like if it's still open or not, or whether or not to exit. So it's kind of showing to get, yeah, okay, so this right here is the entrance. So that was just making sure like, hey, you're not going to enter onto those lanes. Stay on this lane because this is the lane that's going to head south. And we're about halfway to Dallas now, I would say. We'll be coming up on Carrollton here. Actually, more when we get into Carrollton, we're about halfway, but coming up here soon. This is Main Street for Louisville. Also, Business 121 is going to be coming up. That's a road that goes east to west out from Louisville and can take you all the way out to like where kind of the north side of Carrollton, and actually Louisville still kind of runs. But Business 121 is just a big lane with lights like almost every mile. That kind of allows people to kind of cut around and not have to go too far south and then hook back up through 35. Is that sometimes what happens for people, because there's a lake right there. You got Grapevine Lake. Oh, yeah, George Bush is coming up here, and then Sam Rayburn Tollway is also coming up. Did I say George Bush? Okay, sorry. George Bush isn't I'm sorry, guys. I'm giving you the wrong information. It's 121. 121's coming up here. Then we will be at George Bush here soon. 121's going to be the first one. That's what you're going to take to get out to DFW Airport. So my bad. Got a little ahead of myself there. And this is what you could take, guys, in the morning down to Dallas. So just keep in mind, if you are a commuter and you're worried about, oh my goodness, in the morning, and then this is going to change in the afternoon, just know like, hey, okay, I can hop on this and it's a straight shot. I can drive quick. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit pricey. It's probably going to be about like, I think every time I'm hitting this toll, it's like 80 cents. It's like around like $10. So it does get pricey. I guess it's like, how bad do you want it? Personally, I would just stay on 35 because you can see the cars are keeping up with me. All right. Going over Corporate Drive now. There's also some more car dealerships that kind of come around in this area. Kind of sprinkled throughout 35 is car dealerships. And back in the day, I used to work off 35 when I was in college doing an internship for an automotive car photography company, and I absolutely hated that job, but all the dealerships I took photos at were like starting here south. So like this, I believe this was like AutoStar, the Toyota dealership here. It was like a Hyundai that's also further down here. I would like just be driving 35 all day long, just going and taking photos. And I absolutely hated it because I had to be on 35 just the entirety of the day. People drive crazy. That's why I like driving on this right now, because there's no one around me and I'm just like straight chilling. Instead of having to drive in like all that mess, I will pay the extra, especially when I'm like making a video and talking and also focusing on driving as well. And I just learned. All right, yeah, here we go. Sam Rayburn Tollway would be this exit. So this is where you would exit for that. And then from this point, it would take you about less than 15 minutes to get to the DFW airport. And then we'll be coming up on George Bush here soon. And we're getting into like the Farmers Branch area. I'm telling you what, guys, this is really nice. It was putting me down there at like 11:30. I might get there by like 11:29. I might just do the damn. We're doing the damn thing, guys. We're doing it. So here, George Bush exit is coming up. So you can see over to the right, the big green sign there, President George Bush Turnpike. So what you're seeing above us, the cluster of overpasses, is 121. So it's people hopping onto 121. This is people hopping onto 35. And then you also got George Bush. That would be the exit currently right now to the right. So you have this express lane. You have 35, which is barricaded, and then barricaded after that is the exit for George Bush. So actually the exit for George Bush actually starts like way further up here, because back in the day, this was just an absolute mess. Can anybody been watching my videos and actually lived here for a long time? Can anybody else talk about, if they lived around here or commuted about here, how bad it was from 121 getting onto George Bush? Can anyone leave a comment about their experiences? Because it was absolutely dreadful, and now it's way better. They have this express lane, they have just 35, and then they have the exit for George Bush. That's just its own thing too. Oh yes, we're passing the Kia and the Buick dealerships I used to take photos at back when this was a senior in college. This was right when I was getting out. And I had to do a 100-hour internship. And I had to do a 100-hour internship and then 100 community service hours in order to graduate from UTD. So I chose driving around all day and taking photos of cars. And then there's also like a Hyundai dealership up here. All right, now we're into Carrollton. We're going under George Bush. Also, if you take that George Bush exit, that would take you out to out to Irving. Maybe you're gonna go to like the Arlington Stadium, Dallas Cowboys, those things. Have like a grand old time at Texas Live. From that area, about 15 to 20 minutes away. All right. Yeah. See, I thought this was gonna be open. I think they closed this after like 1 o'clock. I didn't think 11 o'clock. I don't know why that car was just there chilling. But I know they keep this open for a good amount of time for all the morning commuters to get down to the Dallas area. All right, now into Carrollton. We'll be coming up on more of Dallas University Park. You'll start seeing a bit of the skyline and bigger businesses within like the next 5 to 10 minutes. There's just gonna be more furniture stores, car dealerships, other big industrial kind of complexes and businesses around here. We're starting to get into like the older side too, with most of the communities around here being built pretty old. Up around that northern side, there's still a bunch of land where people can kind of develop on, and new communities, master plan communities, are getting built around. A lot of the neighborhoods around here are pretty old. If anything, like there might be some like new townhomes, but not really in this section. I saw more new townhomes going out towards like the Plano area. All right, you can see the skyline of Dallas now. Maybe you can make it out. We're currently driving over downtown Carrollton. Downtown Carrollton is over to the left. They have a DART train system in here. They have a ton of apartments. I would say that this is a pretty good area if you're in the mindset of like, you don't want to drive a whole bunch and maybe you're commuting into Dallas and your work's around the DART train. this would be a good area to live off, be able to hop onto the DART train, not have to drive around to get to the DART train. Because that's the other thing, there's not a whole bunch of communities that live off the DART train. So either way, you're gonna be driving to get to a DART station and then get down to a train. So there's just these certain pockets in areas that have developments that actually have like a DART, that actually have an apartment on it where you can just like walk down to the DART train and not have to worry about actually driving to it. All right, now we're coming up on 635 in that exit. And then I'll be doing 635 eventually some point. Also, we're gonna be passing by Farmers Branch, the Dallas Stars Farmers Branch Hockey Center where I used to play hockey a bunch. I actually would play at Valley Ranch, but there's a hockey rink over to the left right now. I'd spend a lot of my childhood at that rink. All right, on the right is the exit for 635. We're still on the express lane. I mean, we're just cruising for a bruising right now. Haven't seen any other cars. I'm spending, it's a bit of money. Like this next toll is gonna be like $3. So it started from like 80 cents and now it's gotten to $3. But this is the exit. Now we're coming up on Royal Lane. This is now getting into like the far north side of Dallas, like the city of Dallas. People kind of get mixed up when, you know, people do their home search and they'll be like, I'm looking for North Dallas, but not actually like North Dallas, because North Dallas is its own section, like around Addison, University Park, those areas is like North Dallas. But then most people think of North Dallas now around like Frisco, Plano, Allen, McKinney, Salina, Prosper, those areas of North Dallas. So that's where the express lane ends. Now this will take us another, I would say now we're about, when it comes to the drive, now you're like halfway when it comes to the timing, because this is where you're gonna start running into like most of the traffic around here. And a lot more accidents happen on this further south side because it expands out to like 5 lanes and it's just straight up Fast and Furious Tokyo drift out here. So for the next exit that's coming up, we're going over, like we just went over Royal, we're going over Walnut Hill now. And these roads, Royal, Walnut Hill, they'll actually run you all the way over to 75. So actually through like the Addison area, North Dallas area, and you can take it almost all the way out to Garland as well. Alright, so now the exits for like the DFW airport are coming up. So this would be like another way to get out to the DFW airport. Alright, so going right would take you back around to the DFW airport, Irving, those areas. And then to the left here, it has the exit for Waco, which would take, I mean, it could take you all the way down to Waco, but that's the fork in the road over to the left that splits you now down to Dallas. And then from this area, like into the heart of Dallas, if you're wanting to go to like the American Airlines Center from this area, it'll take you about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Once we get over this little bump and go over the DART train, where that is, that's the bridge that you're gonna see here in like 30 seconds that we go under. After we get over that, then we'll start to see a pretty good skyline of Dallas. So currently right now we're about 25 minutes into this video. It'll probably be cut down a little bit shorter for like from editing, but just know at this point I've been on the road for 25 minutes. I would say probably maybe add like another 3 minutes onto that since I took like the express lane most of the way. You can kind of see a bit of Dallas over to the left. We'll start to center back around to it. back into this far left lane. And then we're also coming up on a lot of the hotels around here, like the nicer end hotels where a lot of conventions are. We're coming into like the medical district of Dallas. That's also along here too. This exit here is Regal Row. And then we'll also be coming up on Commonwealth Drive, Mockingbird Lane. And now you can see the bigger buildings are starting to pop up now, right along 35. I really did choose a great day to drive down this. It's been a really smooth sailing on 35. Sometimes it's not so smooth sailing, but like I said, I'm doing this video at like 11 o'clock, where usually around Dallas, that's when like the traffic kind of frees up for a bit, and then once you get back to like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is when things start picking back up. Over to the, or that exit to the right would have been Mockingbird. And then we'll be at the medical district in like a mile and a half. There is a lot going on here. We got cement trucks, lawn trucks, 18-wheeler trucks. I'm just waiting for a blowout. For the most part, I mean, all of 35 is pretty smooth when it comes to like the road itself. Right now we're coming up on medical district, or the next exit is Inwood Road. Coming up on Medical District, and then once we make like this turn, it'll open up to Dallas, the moment you've been waiting for. All right, and 3, 2, 1. There you go, guys. There is Dallas. You got Embassy Suites, the Renaissance Hotel, Dallas Marriott. We're getting into like the nice area of hotels. Over to the left is the whole Children's Medical District. Wycliffe Avenue, exit to the right. Coming up on Oaklawn Avenue and Victory Avenue. Victory Avenue is the exit I'll take, and I will I'll take us straight into like where the American Airlines Center and those areas are. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the drive on this one and seeing what 35 is like. All right, here's a better view of Dallas. Just past Medieval Times. I've never been there before. Never did that in my childhood. Once we start getting to where Dallas North Tollway meets, because you see this bridge here? Maybe you can kind of see some cars. This is where Dallas North Tollway actually meets you back at. And there's just a whole bunch of traffic that happens around this because people are getting onto Dallas North Tollway, but then people are also trying to get off to head to 75. So there's like just a whole bunch of things that go around here. So it's 11:20. We're running into traffic, so you can kind of only imagine like once this starts getting around like the 1 or 2 o'clock time, gets a lot worse. And I'm actually in the wrong lane. So let's get over. And then maybe you can see over to the left is where the American Airlines Center is. It's just kind of barely peeking out. That's where the big concerts are, Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Stars, and then they do some other events throughout there. Right in front of us is Reunion Tower, where the ball is. And then I will take my next exit and we will be done with 35 Denton to Dallas. And if you're currently on a home search right now, send me a text or go to my link tree, send me an email. I got my email and stuff down below if you got any questions about these areas. Take this exit and end the video here. So that's 35 down into Dallas. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down in the comment section any other tollways, highways, or communities you want me to tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.